Hey, I'm Kev. Welcome to the Real World Explosion recaps. And yes, I am back. Now I did the challenge, the rivals to recap, and I am a big fan of the challenge, the Real World. So of course I have to do the Real World Explosion. So this season it's filmed in San Francisco, California, but it's not called the Real World San Francisco. Why? Because there's a huge new twist with a brand new cast, and it's called the Real World Explosion. So we have our seven main cast, and their seven main cast were introduced as Ariel, Ashley, Cory, Jamie, Jay, Jenny, and Thomas. And these are gonna be their seven new strangers, but later in 29 days, their exes are gonna move in their house, and it's gonna be an explosion of everything, emotions, love, whatever you wanna say. And I want to just say some stuff about the premiere, okay? I really enjoyed the cast. My favorite right now is Ariel. I think she is a beautiful, beautiful girl. I wish I could tell you my first impressions of all of the whole cast, but I gotta tell you guys that for real, like I thought everything was really rushed, and they're just concentrating on the makeouts and the hookups, and I totally understand because this is a season for that. It is a different season. So I'm gonna tell you what I really think about these, like just from watching them one, like this episode. Ariel, a beautiful girl. I loved her. I loved her personality. Ashley, she looks like a hardcore party girl. She could be really interesting in the drama. Cory seems really like I don't know why, but he seems like a non-factor, like he's not even there. Jamie, I really like her look. I was talking about her that we needed somebody like her in the real world. Um, Jay seems pretty interesting. A lot of hookups with him. I think Jenny's gonna bring a lot of drama to this. I think that girl can be funny. I don't know why I'm getting a Marie vibe from her. Marie from St. Thomas, but I'm getting a Marie vibe. And then we got Thomas, and I'm really surprised about this guy that he has a twin, and that he did not come in with the twin. If I don't know what happened to production, but production should have been like, "Oh, bring your twin. This could have been a new thing. We never had twins in the real world, have we? Except Ruthie, but again, the Ruthie's twin wasn't in the season, was she? Because it was too long ago, and I did not watch this season. I'm pretty new to watching the real world and the real worlds. So yeah, but I really enjoyed Jamie because we had not seen a really tatted girl like that with the expansions. I don't know how you call them in English. That's how you call them in Spanish, expansiones. So I don't know how you call them in English. But that type of girl we had not seen in the real world, and I'm glad to see some new fresh stuff. I think Erica back in DC was tatted, and back in Sarah in Brooklyn was tatted. Jay is a brand new fresh face that I think we've never seen in the house. Jay with the curly hair, very, I don't know, he looks like African American with Latino mixed. So the premiere for me, I felt it a little bit rushed. Like it did not start like a normal real world because it's not a normal real world. But I kind of missed them coming from the train and then meeting each other. I just felt that everybody just went into the house like it was one and after another, and it was like they're not even introducing them. Like I cannot even remember their names. Like their names were like that fast. Like the only one I got was Ariel because that was the only one I was really paying attention to and attracted to. But like Jay and Cory, Jamie, I had to go back and rewatch it to see their names, and their names wouldn't come up later. So yeah, so we need more info about these people because I think they just rushed through, and everybody's in the house, and now they're going out and they're making out. What I really enjoyed was how they go from scene to scene but with pictures. So they have the little sequence. They're like, so they're dancing in the club, and then they take a few pictures, da 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 da, and then it brings you to the house. I really enjoyed that, but I did not really enjoy the like what like and then later and then this morning the test in your screen, and then at the first commercial there's a countdown and it's like 29 days until the exit. And I think that the first okay once in the whole episode is okay, but we got it like every time that they went to commercial, so I thought that was kind of annoying. But overall, I thought this was a pretty great cast. I think that we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Well, I don't know. Maybe we're used to watching the other seasons of the real world, and they're more slow, and they're like, oh, hello, my name is this, I'm from here, and I think this was just way too fast. I gotta say that the house, it reminded me a lot of the previous house, the Portland house, and I wanted to see something different. I just feel it's the same. But the it's isn't it weird that this season we're getting the cameraman? Are you serious? Like that's another thing. It's a little bit more real because they show now the cameraman, and the cameraman used to run from all the drama. Now they're crossing between the people, and you get scenes where you see the cameraman filming the cast. So that was something different, something new. A little bit weird because we're not used to watching that, but I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna get a lot of that from that season. Like I said, everything happened so fast. Ashley versus Jamie. Jamie said, well, Ashley looks like this party girl, like hardcore party girl. She's from West Virginia, but she lives in San Francisco. And she says she has a boyfriend, but they go out, and she's making out with another dude. And that's when when Jamie's like, I'm not into this cheating because I've been cheating before, so I just cannot do this. So she gets called out, and Ashley was already drunk, so she makes a huge big mess and this and that, and then she gets into it with Jay. But you know, I like that he had an open mind. He's like, you know what, I'm not gonna hold a grudge. So props for Jay. So let's see the hookups. Okay, so we had the Ashley versus Jamie fight, and then Cory, and then Jay versus Ashley, and then later we got a Cory versus plus Ashley hooking up in the club. She says sorry, and I don't know. This girl seems that she doesn't really care. She's gonna show her ass, and I don't know. She does not seem like that type of girl. And I really felt bad for the guy that went home for Jenny. I thought that was so funny. And he's like, my name is Doug, like the cartoon. I thought that was so funny, and I really felt bad for the kid. But you know, they did not do too bad to him like in other seasons where they want to get rid of people. But he was lucky. They treated him good. So then we got Cory and Ashley, and then I don't know how the hell Ashley comes and throws like hot oil in Ariel's face. I was seriously, when she did that, my jaw dropped. I was like, did she just do that? Like, thank God Ariel was not drunk or nothing, and she was like, you know what? She's drunk. She did it because she's drunk. I'm gonna calm down and I'm gonna talk about it later. I thought that was really mature of Ariel, and I really appreciate that in the real world, not just popping off and being like, bitch, you just threw that on my face. Da, da, da. I really appreciated a mature person like her, and I know I'm really all over the place, but I want to talk about everything. So now we got Thomas and Jamie, but first Thomas was into Ariel, but Ariel is of course a lesbian, but the trick was the girls were not gonna tell the guys that Ariel was a lesbian. So it was so funny because Thomas is like, oh, I like you, you're so beautiful, you have a nice ass, and then he's like, dude, you know what, I love pussy, and then he's like, what? And I thought that was so funny, you know. So at the end, at the end, Jay was like, you know what, nah. So he went with Jenny because they were having some vibe, and they had sex like the second day in the confessionals, bare sex. I was like, damn, this is gonna be a lot of hooking up. So yeah, this season is more centered on the hooking up So please tell me what you think about it. Thanks for watching. Tell me everything you think about this season. If you're liking it, if you're not liking it, if you're gonna stop watching, please don't stop watching because it seems like gonna be a really good season. So yeah, I'm Kev. Remember, next week I'm gonna try to be on point, well, on time for all the recaps. So that's for recap number one. So see you next time and let's see what happens. 28 days, I think, now till the exes arrive. Bye bye. See you later, alligators.